Viewing, listen to me. Our duty now is not to denounce Hermes for his misguided determination or to convince Emet-Selch and Hyphodeus that they have been deceived. No, we must instead ensure that the experiences Hermes sought to expunge are preserved. What remains in our memories alone will be our weapon against the final days. We must fight this battle in your age, and I in mine. Come, let us walk together once more. I will see you to the doors of Propylion. We can fly, we can fly. It's a little hut. Can only reach with flight. Nothing inside. How odd. Feels so good to fly here. We worked hard for that yesterday. Got the payoff today. Probably right as we're leaving, but I'm sure we'll be back. Your time in this age is drawing to an end. Upon speaking to Vana, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Are we ready? For the cutscenes! It better be voice acted, that's all I'm saying. You're gonna warn me, they better be voice acted.
It is within. The portal that brought you hither, and will take you home.
The portal. The portal. I don't know, perhaps I should stay and help? What are they gonna say to that?
I appreciate your sentiment. I truly do. But 'tis a very long game that we must now play.
She said game
And
that
while you
we
have maintained
play.
a stable presence here thus far, there are dangers in lingering over long. No. You must return to your own battlefield. Make use of the knowledge you have attained, that your days here and our friends' sacrifice be not in vain. With Meteion free to pursue her designs, 'tis only a matter of time until the final days are upon us. We must be ready. From fortifying our defenses to securing our escape, there is much to be done. In spite of this, we cannot allow the report that set this calamity in motion to become common knowledge. Were the masses to learn the fates of the other stars, I fear the situation would spiral out of our control. I must carefully consider who can be trusted and bring them into the fold.
Trust no
Ordinarily,
one.
I wouldn't hesitate to call upon the 14. However, it was the desire for a fair determination that drove Hermes to attempt to erase our memories. Were he made aware of his actions, there is no telling whether he would remain a friend or become a foe.
Probably
Alternately,
foe?
We might try to alienate him from the convocation. Yet in doing so, we would deprive ourselves of a brilliant mind who would be invaluable in the crises to come.
Nah. Nah,
Quite
he
the
lost
dilemma.
it. He, like, we
Which
did
is
one
why
thing
I
and he
must work
lost it.
independently of the convocation. Regardless of how we proceed, if we are to permanently avert the final days, we must be equal to Hermes' challenge. We must prove that mankind is worthy to exist.
Is that
This
it?
hinges, I think, on how we confront the all-consuming despair that accompanies a senseless and seemingly inevitable end. Bewildered and divided, we would perish like the peoples of those celestial ruins. We could not hope to survive the final days, much less take the battle to Meteon at her nest. We must find a way to defeat despair, to unite and prepare as many as possible for the struggle ahead. Heavy will weigh the burden of guiding this legion of souls. Yet I have faith in mankind's potential. As long as he believes in himself, there is naught he cannot achieve. So I will not give up on him. On us. You may find your world to be very different. Or perhaps the erasure of our friends' memories has sown the seeds of a conjunction between us. We cannot know until the moment is at hand. So shall I strive to do my best, taking naught for granted as I walk my path. And I pray you walk with me to the end. As you move forward, so too will I, as will all, resolved to fight for the morrow. And when mankind has found the strength to stand against despair, we shall silence the song of oblivion. She who sings it will learn our journey is far from over. This I promise. Fare you well, my light of the future, till we meet again.
Fuzzy. Look at us go.
From this day forth, I shall strive to bring honor to the seat of Vandani.
What is this?
Even now, I remember standing there, locked in a moment where the sky is aflame.
Say what?
Where stars fall as tears, and screams darken the seas. Where resignation rots the trees. Where terror twists magics into abominations.
Oh, okay.
Such is the lament of they who have gone before.
Oh,
The song
shit.
of they who tried and failed to create a better world. The song of the end.
About to get chomped. You just strolling? People are getting chomped and you're just strolling?
That which hides at the edge of the universe is no longer hope's creation. It is hopelessness incarnate. That day, mankind saw half of its number sacrificed to bring forth Zodiac.
To bring forth Zodiac?
And covering the star in a shroud of ether, we forestalled the final days.
Is that what happened?
Yet the cries echoed still. We wept for innocence lost, wailed for death inevitable. A reality too terrible to bear. And for too many who sought comfort in gilded memories of joyful days and tranquil nights.
This is all wrong! Why must we suffer so?
It needn't be like this. No. There must be a way to restore things to the way they were. To reclaim the perfect paradise we once had.
Hey, kitty.
No, my friends. Suffering exists, and we cannot pretend otherwise. No civilization, however great, could eliminate it. If we would live, we must accept it as our constant companion.
Constant?
Let us not seek to forget this tragedy. Let us carry it in our hearts, that we may grow stronger and know true happiness.
We can't accept it! We won't accept it! It will be ours again! A world free of sorrow!
No,
Good
it
luck
will
with that.
not. For there has ever been sorrow. Mankind was but spared its biting sting for a time. So please, open your eyes. To try and reclaim those lives we lost by sacrificing yet more isn't wisdom. It is weakness. No paradise is without its shadows. If we cannot accept this truth and learn from our pain, then our plight shall be repeated.
O mighty Zodiac! God, born of our boundless faith, we bid you, hear our prayer. Accept this offering of lives, and deliver unto us the lives we once had. Deliver unto us the days of old, the days when the star was a font of love, and we knew naught but bliss.
No way. She got killed on?
You would destroy it? Our beautiful world?
No idea what's happening.
Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all, a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning and my purpose. My love. In spite of, or perhaps because of this, I choose to believe in mankind's potential, in his ability to find a way forward. So let there be no way back. From that temptation, I sunder us. No more shall man have wings to bear him to paradise. Henceforth, he shall walk.
Okay, that sounded like really awesome and poetic, but I really don't understand
All
what's
is
happening.
excruciating pain. I breathe fire and torment. I birth a world of suffering to mire and plague. In one fleeting moment, lives come and go, ever moving towards the unknown. And in that fleeting moment, they cry for the answer to the question. Why, given life, are they meant to suffer, to die? As fragmented, imperfect beings, yours is a never-ending quest. A quest to find your purpose, knowing your end is assured. To find the strength to continue when all strength has left you. To find joy even as darkness descends. And amidst deepest despair, light everlasting.
What the fuck?
A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Okay, so we just saw some crazy shit. Don't know what it meant. Maybe somebody knows what it means, but not me. This goes to Elvis. Feeling impeccable timing as always. I'd heard you were off in the first as part of our efforts to investigate the final days. Well, as so often as seems to be the case, while you were away, we've had some few developments, which we can discuss in just a moment. For now, however, I cannot tell you how wonderful it is to have you back. Hooray! So have you learned aught of the final days? Then the journey was well worth the risk. No doubt your newfound knowledge will be a great boon to us all. Unfortunately, during your time on the first, events have taken a turn for the worse. The Scions are running themselves ragged trying to contain the spread of blasphemies, but it's a losing battle. To try and ascertain the where and why of it, Alice and Alpha Node have been traveling all over. Of all the regions they visited, Locus Amonis is one of the worst affected. Thancred, Estinian, and Graha took a detachment of allied soldiers there to offer aid and succor to those in need. But the province is vast. They only managed to visit a handful of coastal villages. It was an accomplishment worth celebrating, but still a drop in the bucket at best. they need us. In the meantime, Ishtola and Master Matoya have been making a concerted effort to establish contact with Hydaelyn in the Ethereal Sea, but to no avail. As for Tataru and I, we've been keeping a close eye on the Forum. From what we gather, they've been constructing a vessel to ferry people to the moon, an ambitious project that has likely been years, if not decades, in the making. However, since we've seen no sign of it thus far, I suspect it's still incomplete. You will also recall the proposal issued by Master Forchenault to the people of Rads at Hand. Following their decision, Vertra declared his support for the plan and urged those who wish to evacuate to accept the Forum's invitation. So far, so good, but that's where things get a little strange. Apparently, the Forum caught wind of the lunar teleporter in the Tower of Babel and decided to use it to deliver people to the moon instead of their mysterious ship. Therefore, to secure safe passage for the Hanish refugees to the tower, Alpha Node Alice, Estinian, and Graha traveled to Garlemald not long ago. Trouble is, the capital was hardly the safest place to begin with, and now the final days have come to Garlemald. Shortly after our friends arrived, they were sent to rendezvous with Master Forchenault. Then panic broke out and our communications were severed. From what fragments we were able to make out before the link shell went completely silent, we can only assume the phenomenon has spread to the capital. The others need you viewing. Please, you must help them. Having you there will make all the difference, I'm sure of it. Camp Broken Glass was the first port of call, so you'd best start there. Hopefully Lucio will know where they are. There's no telling what you'll be walking into, so you had best take every possible precaution. There's no telling, chat. There's simply no telling. Lucio, you're glowing. Viewing, not a moment too soon. The skies over Garlemald are ablaze, but it's events on the ground that concern me. Oh, I hit square. As you will have heard, your fellow Scions arrived ahead of you. We cut the customary greetings short after we received word from our troops on the Magna Glacies that the Forum's airship had landed. It was then the heavens began to burn. I dispatched your friends at once to ensure the refugees come to no harm. I would have you join them immediately. Additional support is en route, but we will discuss them later. I trust you're ready to depart. Earlier on the Magna Glacies. Damn, this shit is not looking good for these citizens.
No. 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 We were promised an escape. Not the same you fled.
I shall not meet my final days here in this blasted waste. Calm yourselves. Your panic is our greatest enemy. Come, we must build a line of defense.
Yeah, let's go. That's our squad.
Leave the
That's our
fighting to
friends.
us, Father. You must lead the people to safety.
That's his father. I forgot.
I can handle this pair. You shall tend to the refugees. Let us be about it.
As you wish, my little lord.
Our commander needs attention. See to the wounded.
Help is at hand.
This is my first time playing Sage as another character.
Leave it to me.
Holy shit. Game Wanderer.
Graham protects the refugees.
Wow.
Graham 42 dance.
Thank you so much.
You're safe now.
That is so generous, kind, sweet of you.
Easy now.
14-month streak, 19 months total. Wow, 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 wow.
Worry not for the refugees, but for yourself.
Wow, 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 wow. So nice to see you. Hope everything's good. We're playing Final Fantasy Spoilers Edition. It's no big deal. You'll probably forget everything. It doesn't matter. Oh, well, I'm great now that you're here. It's okay if we die. If we lose this, we get to retry on very easy. So it's okay. It's really okay. That eyeball means look away. That means there's gonna be a big attack coming on Estinian. I'm role-playing here as an NPC. This isn't my normal character. If that's not obvious. It's just part of the story. Of course. Hope all your games are going well, all your Final Fantasies and non-Final Fantasy related games. Damn, that thing was evil. Game Wanderer _
Help!
with
Someone,
19
What?
months.
I don't want to die.
Enjoying lightning returns, yeah.
Forward! Let not a single fiend escape!
Wrap up Metro Trilogy.
Wait,
That's epic.
Euless and the army. So, you've
Euless.
recovered then?
In time enough to be of aid. For once.
For once.
We can speak of it more later. For now, we must fight! To repay your salvation in kind, or with better! For Garlemald has her pride!
So you see
Of that I've no doubt.
your tokens. Also, I am open to non-RA games now.
Good gods. Of all possible saviors, the Imperial Army.
As long as we have access to it, we'll play it. No way! RA only noted.
I had hoped to take all of them down at once.
Think a withdrawal might be in order?
Do I have a list? Not so much.
Sod that. You know who would never abandon these people to their fate. To be devoured by their former friends. That'd be beyond cruel. These beasts must fall here and now.
Well then, I'd say it's high time we threw caution to the winds.
So long as you spare me the heroic sacrifices. Now, let Let's go!
You probably, if you're wanting like a list of games I own on Steam or something, I'm not prepared like that. Just like, DOS games are open on the table now because they're not on RA, and obviously we can access those. GameCube, you know, whatever our imagination. But like, not Sekiro. I don't own Sekiro. I'm full of worries.
Not today.
And I don't really own a lot of modern games. And I would say I don't really have any games on Steam, but I do have like 100. So I do have. Is there an easy way to share my Steam library? Screenshot it. No, we're gonna live.
I'm not done yet.
What's that one game that's good? I don't know. That's your job to figure out. I don't know any good games. I know Bubble Bobble.
The air crackles with energy. Find cover.
Crackling Oat Bran.
As they say, turnabout's fair play.
I'm trying to think of like any cool stories. I'm doing a limit break right now. That's pretty cool. That was sick, right? Wow! Should have done that way sooner. I saw a big number up here.
There's not the barest trace of ether. Maybe there really is no way to bring them back.
This dude's name is Graham Tahams. Isn't that messed up? Square Enix, you owe me a check.
Thank you for saving our lives once again.
You freaking imposter.
I remember you from Purusha. You helped us there too, didn't you?
Ah, you're from Palaka's stand. I'm glad you're still in one piece. Or you will be, once I see to that injury of yours.
Do you like Castle Crashers, Game Wanderer? I would think that you do because it has a bunch of cute little knights. Yeah, it's such a fantasy character name. Such a fantastic name.
Get out of here!
Oh, you
Quickly.
haven't played it? Okay.
I won't lose them. Not a one. This will be a brighter future.
Yo,
I
Schmom.
won't let a madman's apocalypse ruin everything we've fought to achieve.
You eating some carne asada?
Get it together, Isaiah. You're embarrassing
What about?
yourself.
I was playing it earlier
In front of
today.
Father, no less.
3
You might
players
never measure up to our champion.
out of 4.
But we ask too much of him as it is. You mustn't let Eorzea's hero fight alone.
Did it remind me of you? Yeah. Yo, Schmom, so good to see you. Hope you're doing good. We just showed up to save the day. This is precisely why you should never skip your squad regimen. We're gonna come in cracking jokes. There's civilians dying. We're gonna crack jokes about squats.
I can look after myself, you know.
She didn't seem to like that. She didn't seem to like that.
Everything's in order, I trust?
That's such a Graham thing. Oh my god.
I've had enough of this.
I wish you could take me there too. I would like it. It sounds delicious and divine. Why does my character look so badass? Because that's just me inside. That's the real me. Oh, you know Kamari from FF10. That Ronso. You know that they added that species to this game. That's what I am. I'm a Ronso. They're called Hrothgar.
Just the beginning.
which they do kind of explain why it's called different things. It's just like different worlds called to different species, different things. It's an arcade bar. So legit, beers and cocktails. Sick. Yeah, I'm a Ronso. You can have horns or no horns. Most people don't have the horns or the horn. Were the bigger Ronsos that bully Kamari, were they blue in 10? Well, you can't have every color fur that you might want, but you can have a lot of fur colors. I don't think you could be like bright pink or something like that. Those bullies. Those bad Ronsos. Oh, I don't know what this is gonna do. Oh, some are shrinking and some are getting bigger. Okay. You just don't want to be standing in those when they disappear, then you take massive damage. That's like the main mechanic in FF15. Which doesn't sound like much, but when you like play other MMORPGs and you're just standing still the entire time, this is like exciting in comparison. Oh, one had a lot of blonde hair. Fascinating. It's been too long since I played 14, I mean 10. I mean 14, 10. So you're out and about right now, Schmoms, or are you just like thinking about like that spot? You're not at the arcade watching the Ram Tams, are you? It'd be pretty cool if you were. Yikes, look at all this shit going off at once.
Where were
we? Is there a more appropriate place? I'm not sure, that's a good question. Oh, I got shot. These little battles aren't too hard. They have to be balanced for like every class to be able to beat them. So they're not like counting on you to be an awesome healer or an awesome tank. They're just counting on you to like pay attention to the mechanics. You're just proud of it. It's your friends. I'm proud of it too, and I haven't even been there. I'd be like, yo, this is where Schmoms hangs out.
You must board without delay. The ship will depart ere long.
Your offer to host us in Charlian is most appreciated.
Oh, wow, hella
But
pinball.
will the
Steve
final
would
days
love
not soon
that.
fall upon it as well?
Steve loves pinball.
Your
Got the
hesitation
tech
is
in
not unwarranted.
house to maintain the
The Satrap
cabinets.
entrusted me with your
Holy
lives, yet I have
shit.
failed your comrades.
I've played
Nor are
on
you
some
wrong to
DDR
fear that this
machines that got
corruption will
neglected,
continue
and
to
that shit
spread.
gets gnarly.
I cannot promise you complete
Yeah,
safety,
Game Wander's ready to
even
go.
in my homeland.
Game Wander's like, I will take
What I can promise
a
is that I will
plane
do all in my power to
from
protect
my
you.
little island. Medium-sized island.
That power is not inconsiderable. Even now, my countrymen are preparing the vessel that will deliver us to a sanctuary on the moon.
They're like,
Join
let's
us
go to the moon.
on our journey there, and beyond, to new horizons. Come to old Charlian. Please.
Yeah. Is North Carolina not poggers, or is it just because it's so far away?
We would be fools to refuse such a generous
haven't
offer made
been.
in earnest.
But I know, like, there's some pretty non-poggers places.
It seems they've a new destination.
Like, outside my house is pretty not poggers.
The people of Radzat-Han have known too much suffering. The march to Garlemald will only
It's
bring
a
them more,
haul.
short though it may be.
I quite agree. Fortunately, they have you to look after them.
Yes. Well.
Behind you! Just there!
It's a haul for everyone. It's a haul for Paul.
More of them.
More blasphemies. Show me what that tongue do. No way, this dude is our fucking enemy. This dude is our fucking enemy big time.
Xenos.
We're like,
Here.
what the fuck are you doing here? Aren't you dead? What is going
You'll be
on?
alright. Hurry to the airship.
That seemed like a pretty big reveal. I mean, not to us, but to the characters. Because we've seen, like, Xenos plotting and scheming, but I think our squaddies, like, kind of thought he was dead.
Why have you come?
A heretofore unseen beast. 'Twas ripe for the slaying. Poor sport, alas. Unfit to temper my blade.
So you're just gonna be creepy like always?
You cannot still be on about a rematch.
That is and has ever been my sole concern.
Alright, let's go right now. It's like 10 on 1. It's like 50 on 1. Let's do it.
You, on the other hand, are fixated on a different quarry.
He's
Your
like
passion
mad that we don't
pales
even care.
before mine. Yet neither hate nor despair seem sufficient
every
to recapture
confrontation.
your misdirected bloodlust.
Say what? Are you trying to read me right now?
So I hone my blade, and I wait.
Okay, that's convenient.
That's it. That's all you care about.
Yeah, don't even try to talk to him. He's a troll.
Garlemald is in ruins. Our homeland,
Damn,
the
reading
nation
him
you
back.
rule, is as good as gone.
Don't get too close. He'll fucking slice you in two.
Along with so many of its people. Not just soldiers like us. Not only those who fought and killed for power and duty. Innocent civilians. Murdered by their own flesh and
I
blood.
wouldn't get too close to
Lost and
Xenos.
confused as they breathed their last. While we who survived with our lives and minds intact were left to freeze to
See,
death.
Qui-Gon! Qui-Gon!
The Eorzeans tell me all this was your doing. You slaughtered your countrymen. You did. For what?
Don't charge him. Just don't charge him.
For nothing in the end. So much wasted effort.
Spoilers, whoosh. Oh my god. don't,
bastard!
don't.
For your own sake, Euless, you must control your anger.
Julius, whoever
It will
this
serve
dude
no one should
is,
it
you need to
consume
chill
you and see you transformed.
out. Yeah, and everyone's like transforming when they get angry for some reason, because it's the end of days, I guess. You know, you're just supposed to accept these things, like, oh, okay.
Would you be happier had I a good reason?
What?
If my
Classic
motives met with your approval, would you no longer resent the outcome? If so, then perhaps a beast's skin would suit you better.
Damn.
Duty, honor, morality.
Hell yeah,
All
schmoms, get that
constructs of
skin.
convenience when put to proof. Surely the war taught you how easily power becomes the tool of the self-righteous. How the people's
Aang,
justice
the
was
Avatar,
merely a
the
means to
Airbender.
their ends. Yet you would ask me why. Ask any creature of this star and those above for answers, and they will tell you what suits their fancy.
You've totally seen that movie. Oh
They
no.
would be right to do so. What meaning there
The
is
cartoon's
to be
really
found in
good.
the petty vicissitudes of your existence must be gleaned by you and you alone.
That movie does not exist. It does not.
Should you seek it in battle in the fruitless pursuit of my demise, then come. Assume your rightful place as a notch.
I watched the movie too. Even you know that movie, ain't it? I wanted to see how bad it was. Don't do it, Julius.
You are a blight on the Garlean race.
He
There
is a
would be
blight.
No more satisfying way to expunge it than by beating you to death.
Don't do it. I'm pretty sure he's stronger than you. I'm pretty sure
But I will
he's
not
like
be party to another tragedy.
a boss.
I refuse to lose anyone else because of you. So go. Go! And may we never suffer your madness again!
Totally. You love Ant-Man spin-offs? I'm trying to figure out
Xenos!
Ant-Man, Avatar, Aang, Alvin.
Perhaps you found meaning in living this way. I cannot deny you found strength. Yet if you only pursue your hedonistic pleasures and pay no heed to the plight of others, then
See
no
the
one will
open
give you the
Pandora's
time of
box?
day.
What does that mean?
You will
I
never
don't know
get
enough
what you
about
want.
Fortnite to know
Not
what that
even the
means.
battle you pine for so dearly.
Oh my god,
You'll be
are we gonna
alone
recruit
for
Xenos to
eternity,
help us
and
so that
you'll
he can
deserve
fight us
every
later?
agonizing second of it.
Or did he just walk away? He was done talking. That's how I get too. I'm like, I'm done.
We're ready to depart. The refugee ships will be leaving shortly, but I've asked mine to remain for the time being. There's room enough for you to join me on it, if you wish.
I'm pretty sure I can just take the Aetheryte. Crystal.
Do contain
You
your
like the all
surprise.
caps.
I needn't agree with the Scion's methods or intentions to
I'm
acknowledge that their
screaming
deeds
at
are
you!
deserving of gratitude.
Not just RA!
We appreciate the offer. But might I ask why you are delaying your departure? I presume it is not solely for our benefit.
I must visit Garlemald ere we return to Sharlayan. Having caused such an uproar, 'tis only meet that I explain myself to the Ilzabard contingent.
'Tis only meet that I explain. I don't know what that means. I speak English and I don't understand them, Gwandi.
Allow us to accompany you then.
I
We
mean,
should be
you
glad
speak
to
English too.
facilitate, given our familiarity with all concerned.
It's my first language and I don't understand.
If you would like to join as well, Eulus, we can speak of recent events on the way.
The conversations go ham. Like, I gotta pull out a dictionary. I don't understand what you're saying.
He'll be after your seat on the forum next.
Yeah. Take your seat. Damn, Estinian was just like fucking around and it shook that man. Yeah, because we're the shit. We're out here doing stuff. You're like, let's run away to the moon. A giant hand came up from the ground, dangling Pandora's box from a chain with 5 trillion health. Whoa. What? That's freaking wild. What's everyone got to say? Couldn't save them all. They got no time to even like figure out where I was. Alright, this is just like flavor text. Everyone's chilling. I don't remember what this dude's story is. But he's very grateful to me. The biz opened, spewing out like an orange soul tornado. What? Sounds sick. To see Xeno standing there, so uncaring and unrepentant. Gods, I don't know what came over me. I just blurted out the first thing that came to mind. But looking back on it, I stand by those words. I would say I hope they won't incite him to further villainy, but to be honest, I doubt he even remembers what I said. Yeah, he's a psychopath. Anyway, enough about all that. It's good to see you again. They really want to hear what I've been up to, but like, there's not even time to chat about it.
No major injuries then. Good. I briefed the recovered soldiers and sent them on their way as quickly as I could, but nevertheless feared they would not make it in time.
We're just
The
smiling.
additional support was invaluable. Your men saved more than a few lives. Though not all, I regret to say.
I take it that I'm addressing Lucia Junius. I'm the forum's envoy, Fortuno Leveilleur.
Say that name again?
And you are owed an explanation for these most dire developments.
Fortuno Leveille.
Another trial wrought by the final days. I was beginning to suspect as much.
It's Evangelion
You
over
doubtless
here.
feel some consternation having been forced to abandon your original plan. But trust me when I say you were right to send the refugees elsewhere. Beasts have been sighted within the capital. Perhaps it was a stroke of grim fortune that the population was decimated beforehand.
Say
As
what?
they've yet to appear in any great number, but in time. In any case, Maxima leads the remainder of the contingent in an effort to cull the creatures and evacuate the populace as we speak. Once the airships have taken to the skies, I pray your men can be persuaded to join him.
You'll permit us to retain our weapons?
I wouldn't have sent you after the
Because
Scions
we
were
were
I
at
expecting
war
you
with
to
this
stab them in the
nation,
back.
but we're working together now, I guess.
And I, for one, would not consider past transgressions more relevant than future contributions.
Maybe that's what they're talking about,
Regardless
maybe
of the
not.
circumstances that saw us at odds before, we need men of courage now, more than ever.
Yes.
We swore to defend Garlemald, and so we shall.
It seems you have everything under control. You will excuse me then, for mine own duties await.
A moment, Master Fortuno.
Fortuno.
You did desire to express your appreciation for services rendered, did you not?
I did. Though if you intend to again ask that Charlian alter its course, you will find my gratitude insufficient.
'Tis nothing so onerous. I wish to hear the details of this grand endeavor of yours.
That's all?
Do you swear to listen and to learn, and not to embark upon some scheme to impede us?
Maybe.
I swear.
Any other, I would doubt. But you, I trust to keep your word. For not once have you broken it. Very well. I will request that the Forum make you privy to our plans. You may await our summons at the Baldessian Annex, assuming the decision is in your favor. Does that suffice?
It does. You have my thanks.
Or you could just tell us all right now.
You can regale us with tales of your most recent sojourn to the First while we wait.
Yeah, it was fucked up. What?
Did you hear something just now?
Yes, I also have cute kitty ears. Bunny? You don't look so good, Bunny. Why do you look like a little zombie bunny? Oh, you need pudding? And then you'll be back to normal?
Where, oh where is this stars-blasted pudding?
Haha, we thought you were a demon nightmare creature. Corrupted and come to kill us.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. And to this bitter clime bring warmth and comfort.
That's our friend, in case you didn't know.
'Tis heartening to see such an assembly upon my return. I thought often of you whilst I looked down upon our star's brilliance from the moon above.
He was chilling on the moon. And...
Yes, but what are you doing here? And dressed like that? Aren't you cold?
Verily, I fear for my health should I proceed to expound upon our purpose ere I procure more suitable garments.
My word.
Then allow me to summarize. We're here because none of you lot are up there. Nor has anyone deigned to send word about any changes in the plans.
You had to come find us?
It's rude, is what it is. At least that's what I thought at first, but then folks got to wondering if you weren't in a spot of bother, so we decided to take matters into our own hands. Come down here and help, if our help be needed.
It was pretty rude of us.
So she says, but it's also something of a convenient excuse to visit Etheris. Oriange made it sound absolutely marvelous. More so before the impending doom, but still. And it's not like there will ever be a better time. What with the aforementioned doom?
Wow.
Marvelous, they say, yet not an ounce of pudding to be found. I must suffer Oriange's inferior works no more.
They really need some pudding?
Hey! Maybe consider the plight of present company before you go blathering on about pudding and doom?
Funny. Salty. So good to see you.
As I was saying, should you require any assistance with whatever, we are at your disposal.
We got the Bunny
We were
Brigade.
born from Heidelin's love for the lives of this star, so naturally we would much prefer to see them continue. Twiddling our thumbs up on the moon is hardly conducive to that, though, is
I
it?
love all the FF4 music that they play during this expansion.
Not when you've all got such precious thoughts and feelings and hopes for the future deserving of more active preservation. Speaking to Oriange made us realize that while we've carried out our duties to the letter, we've failed to fulfill them in spirit.
They were worried and came looking for us.
From there, it was just a hop, skip, and a jump towards resolving to do better. So please, show us how. Help us help you.
Absolutely, bunnies.
Forgive me, but are they...
They're from the moon. That's where you're trying to go, right?
Thy distant collaborators, indeed.
Hail, fellow, well met. You'd be a member of the Forum, would you? It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you at last. I'm Livingway, Heidelin's right paw. That last bit is very important. As am I, if I may humbly say so myself.
I bid you welcome to our star, Livingway. On behalf of the Forum, I thank you for traveling such a distance to meet us. As you have surmised, preparations for the Exodus have not proceeded as smoothly as we had hoped. I should be happy to personally
Exodus,
escort
that's
you
my
to
server
our
name.
headquarters in Charlian, where you may advise us as you deem fit.
'Twas with reluctance that I set aside the great work of readying the moon for habitation. Be assured that I did so only after the Loperites made plain their earnest desire to come hither, and I myself felt a growing certainty that their contributions here would prove
The
invaluable.
Loperites are the naming ways, if that wasn't
'Tis
obvious.
trite, perhaps, but I followed my heart.
Good to have you back. long-winded bastard.
For a time, at least. Nevertheless, 'twas worth the journey to find present company well. Wilt thou attend us at the Forum and lend thine own wisdom?
Say what? Do what?
If that's all quite settled, can we start moving before Urianger catches his death? Even I'm freezing out here.
Oh, I dare say you'll warm up quickly once you're aboard the airship. Sat shoulder to shoulder with our fur-covered friends.
Quest. I dare say Master Foshino was as nonplussed as we to learn the identity of Heidelin's lunar custodians. As he will soon discover they have much and more to offer the Forum, might I suggest we return to the Annex forthwith? We may yet have time to discuss thy recent adventures ere we are summoned to the rostra. Absolutely. What is this? Sightseeing log? You wouldn't happen to be the adventurer my niece wrote about. Oh? Yeah, expand my sightseeing log, please. Millet's aunt, seasoned explorer? Nothing she said was like really that interesting. It's the journey, not the destination. Yada yada yada. Use your wits in the nose. I guess they were just trying to say like it's not gonna be straightforward, but it's always that way. So nothing new. Where am I going? I guess there. Oh no, are we like... Yeah. Everywhere we go, it's going to be talking, but I feel like it's going to be extra talking when we're going to the Forum. Is where people go to talk. I want dungeon, boss fight, dungeon, boss fight, dungeon. Not that I'm complaining, Urianger, but I wasn't expecting to see you quite so soon. Nor I thee, in extolling the virtues of Aetherius, I did inadvertently awaken in the Loperites a desire to avert our beloved star's demise. Well, that's cool. Trial tells us you obtain new knowledge that may aid us in our ongoing efforts. I've news to share regarding our study of the ethereal sea, but your findings are certain to be of greater interest. I'd rather hear them first. To what revelations did Heidelin's Elpis flower lead? Oh, it was fucked up. That shit was fucked up, basically. Basically, it was fucked up and I traveled through time. Then this dynamis is what drives the final days? If it and Akasa are one and the same, this all but proves Nidhana's theory. We're an entity through sheer force of emotion to channel this vast, dormant reservoir into a raging river. Its power might surpass even that of ether. But if our star is so replete with ether, said entity would need to be outside its influence to effectively manipulate the dynamis of the great expanse. Etion, or rather the sorrow and suffering of fallen civilizations that she has been hoarding for millennia. Untold anguish and fear and hatred drawn from every corner of the universe, all for a single purpose, the destruction of Aetheris. Then our foe is no longer some unknowable calamity. We have but one aim: to defeat Medion. You make it sound so simple, but you're not wrong. Vanquish Medion and we deliver the world from the final days. But to even attempt it, there are two conditions. I'm not sure why they're so sure that this is the way. I guess just in Final Fantasy world logic, it's obvious to them, oh, okay, this is, yeah, we saw her with the holes in her eyes. Obviously she's the demon or something. First, we must determine her location. Before Medion escaped, an enchantment was placed upon her by Vanal, the woman who would become Heidelin. The implications of temporal magics are not entirely understood, and so we cannot assume that our Heidelin and the Vanal you met in Elpis are one and the same. Nevertheless, due to her intrinsic qualities as an all-powerful being, I'd wager that Heidelin possesses the knowledge we seek. Whether she would share that knowledge with us, however, remains to be seen. After all, she intends for us to flee Aetheris, not to stay. Do you suppose she has abandoned her pursuit of Medion? I don't know. No, but Medion's still out there. We still have to do something. Though not for lack of trying on Heidelin's part, surely that's why she used me as a conduit for her will and provided clues such as the Elpis flower. I believe she has been waiting for mankind's answer to Hermes' question. So what's the second condition? We must find a means to reach Medion. Naturally, our chosen method will depend entirely upon wheresoever she has made her nest. Then communing with Heidelin must, by necessity, come first. Did you and Master Montoya have any luck with your investigation into the ethereal sea? Sadly not, though we enlisted the help of Ehrenwald and other Echo-blessed allies. We couldn't detect so much as a whisper from Heidelin, even from within the anti-tower. Master Montoya is of the opinion that in the years since abandoning it, the Forum has found some other method of receiving instructions from Heidelin. If so, it would most likely be some form of apparatus for observing the ethereal sea, built closer to home. Sorry to interrupt, we just received word from the forum, your presence is required in the rostra, where they intend to discuss the Great Exodus. Then Father was able to persuade them. They're finally taking us seriously. Let's hear what they have to say. Damn, like everybody just chilling, everyone looking at me. I don't want to talk to them. So the Loperids were like commanded by Heidelin to save us or help us. That's cool. You weren't sure to make a Hermes. When faced with the harsh realities of life, some seek the release of death, others grow defiant. It's our right to choose. Okay. They responded quicker than you thought they would, Alice said. We don't know what information they intend to reveal, but there's only one way to find out. We love knowledge. I hope you don't mind me staying behind while you attend your big meeting. The roster reminds me a bit too much of the supremely scary tribunal in Ishgard. You'll forgive me if I keep my distance. No, absolutely, it's super triggering. I don't want to go either. After you left for Garlemald, I went to Labyrinthos and tried to reach Heidelin using the Elpis flowers. Alas, my attempts were in vain. I can only assume that she's spent a vast amount of her power in the confrontation with Fandaniel and is presently unable to communicate. Indeed, as her presence left my body, I could feel how faint it had grown. Sure. Master Matoya has suspected for some time that the Forum has been constructing a new facility for the purpose of surveying the Ethereal Sea. Of course, as a custodian of the Anti-Tower, which would presumably be rendered obsolete. As a result, she has a few things to say about that. Nothing that should be repeated in polite company, understand? Cool. Master Montoya is the shit. After sending Graha and Estinian back to Garlemald, I stayed in Locus Amonis for a time. Being an imperial province was already in turmoil before the onset of the final days. You wouldn't believe the difficulties we had overseeing the evacuation of the villages we visited. I have faith the detachment we left behind will continue our work and shepherd the people to safety. To what safety can be found in a world coming to an end. To think the Crystal Tower of the First is capable of such feats as sending one's soul into the distant past, the events you witnessed and helped shape may yet hold the key to forestalling the final days. I'm reminded of dear friends in a future I unmade, whose selfless efforts saw the 8th Umbral calamity averted. In this timeline, at least, too much has been sacrificed for us to abandon Theris now. Yeah, for sure. So true. The forum is in session, and as such, the rostra is closed to visitors. No, that's not right. A scion. Very well, you may wait in the corridor. Forced entry will only be permitted on the condition you leave your armaments at the door, lest you forget This sacred institution holds rational discourse in the highest. The implements of war are expressly forbidden. Okay, good thing I just have this staff. What's going on over here? You got nothing to say to me? Cool. That's rad. I don't want this experience on this class. Can I grab it on a lower level? Lookout, maybe? You must be level 80. I think I only have one level 80 on this character. Super shameful. Super shameful. I'm ashamed now. Everyone's got their very fashionable ties.
There is a matter I wish to raise with you before we enter.
Oh, well, you can just auto advance if you're gonna talk about it.
We are here to listen and to learn. But if the Forum's plans are more or less what I expect, then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends. By your leave, of course.
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far.
Agreed. I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
Thank you, everyone.
If I may have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence. The purpose of today's assembly is to brief the Scions of the Seventh Dawn at their request on the Great Exodus. You may enter.
Barnier? Is that barn?
On behalf of the Forum, I commend your heroic actions on the Magna Glacies. We shall not soon forget your service to us and the people of Ratatan.
Stop it.
The Satrap, whom we have informed of the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well. As an expression of our gratitude, we will endeavor to answer your questions as fully and openly as we are able.
Oh yeah.
Then let us begin. First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are.
How's that gonna work?
It is for this purpose that Sharlayan has labored these many long years. We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenon and conveyed to safety. Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Sharlayan citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to ensure hospitable environs for those who come after.
Okay.
Following our people, we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies.
But like,
Radzat Han
can the
was
moon
foremost
survive
among these.
without a planet?
But since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
As many as we can.
Oh, who's left out?
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
Beast tribes probably left behind.
To journey beyond the sky is an unprecedented and immeasurably difficult endeavor. Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside, are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
Oh. That got everyone talking.
If only in that it does not meet our optimal parameters, that is correct. This Ark, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated. At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speeds sufficient to meet our evacuation targets.
Oh.
Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
Seven hells. Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner, the primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient. Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the Scions were to solve your problem?
And how would they do that?
We shall help devise a means to improve the ether burner's efficiency, on 2 conditions.
So how do you already know?
If
a
we
way to do it?
succeed, you must allow us to meet with Hydaelyn.
What, would they have access to Hydaelyn? I don't... What?
'Twas simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the Anti-Tower had you no other means of communication. One far more convenient, I suspect.
Okay. That's cool.
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
Another use, you say? Fly to Medion and kick her ass?
We would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
Of course. If we cannot prove its merit to the 99 here, who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Delightful as always, Master Alfino.
Freaking delightful.
Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? The satire writes itself.
Yeah, call them out. They're full of shit.
Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration. I, for one, have faith in my erstwhile students to provide it, and I find their terms to be perfectly acceptable.
Yeah. We're just good kids.
Order! Order! We have no time to waste on debate. I call a vote.
Yeah, no time.
All in favor of agreeing to the Scion's terms?
Shut up and agree. World's ending, y'all. Y'all. World's ending. Raise your damn hand.
"71 in favor, 28 against. The ayes have it. Fortuneau, as the architect of this project, you are the best candidate to show them its current state. And bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum.
Personal misgivings? Oh, he didn't raise his hand.
Very well.
Damn, you voted against?
I call this session to a close.
How could you vote
Return
against
to your
us?
tasks with urgency. The final days wait for none.
The Ark, aka Lunar Whale. Sorry about not letting the rest of you in on my plan. I was admittedly thinking on my feet for the most part, but since we require both the means of communing with Highland and Regimedion, in the spur of the moment I saw involving ourselves with the completion of the Ark as a way to work towards both objectives simultaneously. Hey, that's a good idea. However, we must first keep our end of the bargain by solving the problem of the ether burner. I'd like to think it is not a challenge beyond our combined expertise, or at least the expertise of our extended circle of associates. It might behoove us to learn how an ether burner actually works before we attempt to improve it, though. Yeah, you think so? You fucking think so? Yeah, hopefully our plan works so that the Exodus is not necessary. Surprised they took Alfie up on the offer. How did the ancients view time? Okay, Graha, I don't know what you're talking about. No sign of the Loperids? Where'd they go? The potential for misadventure is nigh infinite. That was a good line. The Lopperits are up to mischief. That was the best. Oh, okay. That was good talking with Thancred because he reminded us that once they get to the moon, they're gonna use that to travel to another planet. It's not just about getting to the moon. As instructed, I shall take you to see that Aether Burner. Meet me outside the Archeon. I trust you can make your own way there. I don't know, I'm pretty easily lost. So the Ark is being built in Labyrinthos. Hardly surprising. Where else could they conceal such a massive undertaking? So... cool. I'm attuned there already. Whole squad. Our destination lies in the lower levels. The Forum, in its wisdom, has granted you access to the Archeon's lift. Step inside and have Ophaline take you to the medial circuit. I've sent your associates ahead to Logisticon Alpha on the other side of Marial Agronomics. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to... No, never mind, it can wait. Let us attend to the matter at hand. What's the matter here? Okay. I'm tempted to go see if there's an ether current over here. Oh wow, crowd. Probably over there. It's probably on next to the wheel. worried I'm gonna get over here and there's gonna be like a ledge that I can't go over or something random. Ah, that's fine. Cute little leaf pile enemies. They're so precious. We are to wait here while our father arranges us to use the next lift. Here being Logisticon Alpha, where the atmospheric conditions of Labyrinthos are regulated. Water is drawn from underground and dispersed as vapor, stimulating the formation of artificial clouds and rain. By manipulating the temperature and air circulation, they are able to create the ideal environment for the growth and preservation of the biological samples kept here. Hold on, how do you know so much about it? Why, Father brought me here as a child. What, and left me behind? Actually, you're the one who left me behind when you went off somewhere with Grandfather. The night before, I'd been asking Father how clouds are made, so he decided to show me. It was fascinating. I peppered him with questions the entire time. 'Tis all too easy to take for granted the many interweaving aspects of the natural world, to grow inured to the wondrous. But having gained an understanding of the complex mechanisms employed by the Loperids in recreating a similar environment, I've come to view such processes in a new light. The subterranean gardens of Labyrinthos, the lunar prison forged to contain the ancient Zodiarch, the habitations built for all mankind neath the moon's surface, each unique yet undeniably similar. 'Tis no mere coincidence. Ever since Heidelin unfolded to us the grim fate that awaits Theris, every essential resource we could spare has been delivered to Labyrinthos in preparation for the Great Exodus, but that is not all. It is also a testing ground for the technologies that will allow us to settle on distant stars. Though the Loperids have endeavored to make the moon inhabitable, that is not our final destination. Mankind must learn to propagate life where there is none, to thrive where all is barren. Alas, time is not on our side. I have arranged for you all to enter the central circuit. It is there that most of our preparations for the Great Exodus are carried out, the construction of the Ark among them. Though our plans have been made public, access remains highly restricted. You, however, will not be subject to said restrictions, and will have free reign to come and go as you please. Such was the will of the Forum, after all. We will prove ourselves worthy of their trust, your trust. Then let us proceed. Say what? By decree of the Forum, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn are permitted to enter the central circuit. Central. New area. The ether burner is being constructed not far from here, overseeing the work. Oh yeah, I got excited with overseeing. You mean viewing? The work is Koko Denko, after whom the forge is named. Wow, you mean the blacksmith from FF4? Once the necessary introductions have been made, I shall leave you with him to discuss the particulars this way. Absolutely, my guy. Coco's forge with the damn hidden chest. Kick your ass, pop that chest. What the heck was that? Coco's forge. So excited to be. You got a rock guard looks here. Are my eyes to be believed, viewing cutscene? I've read about you in the memoirs of Count Edmond de Fortin. Never did I dream this day would come. Damn, I'm a fucking celebrity? That's just too many allies to talk to.
I could swap them out. No, been there, done that. Down near lost my eyebrows. Think, Coco, think! We'd be well on our way to paradise. Visionaries patting themselves on the backs for their grand accomplishments if you'd only think!
Yes, that does sound rather lovely.
Yeah! I mean, Master Force, you know, what a pleasant surprise. We're not blasting off already, are we?
The schedule remains unchanged.
Sick mullet. Fucking auto advance.
Which is why the Forum has elected to accept assistance in resolving the Etherburner conundrum.
Not seen you lot down here before.
There are Archons among their number, but engineering is not their expertise. Nevertheless, the Forum concedes the slim possibility that they may have insights to offer. If not, you are at liberty to return them to the surface, by whatever means you see fit.
I assure you that won't be necessary. Now, about your troubles with the Etherburner.
Aye, I'll walk you through it. Suppose I could do with a change of pace. As the name ought to tell you, the ether burner burns ether, ambient or otherwise, and transforms it into motive force. Think of it like a giant bomb that never stops exploding.
I'm with you.
Even out in that black void where the ether's right sparse, it's strong enough to move our arc. And it probably won't kill you like an actual bomb.
Probably.
But it ain't perfect. According to my calculations, to travel to the moon and back fast enough for the Forum's liking, the conversion rate needs to be 6% more efficient.
Oh, only 6%?
A measly 6%, you say? But if I could have squeezed even another 0.6 out of it, don't you think I'd have built it that way in the first place?
Hast thou consulted with the Loperites?
Yes, they too are conducting their own research, for lack of a ready answer. The moon's propulsion systems are considerable, naturally, yet they are commensurately massive. It is no easy feat to convert their technology into an efficient means of propulsion for a teeny tiny toy boat, as they say, and as I most certainly do not.
Yes, exactly! Damn it all, I asked for refined adamantite and they send me uppity rabbits with inscrutable, ancient, incompatible technology! You're trying to drive me mad!
Incompatible technology.
Do you speak of Allegan refined adamantite, perchance?
Do we have that? Do we have, like, shitloads of that?
Only in the most general terms, I'm afraid. 'Twas an alloy of Allegan make, but the secrets of its production were closely guarded. As I recall, the record stated it was vital to Dalamud's construction and launch.
Aye, that's the stuff. No material more conductive far as I know. Slotting some ends like blowing up a dam and watching the river of Aoife come rushing through. Ain't a living soul that knows how to make it though. We were fortunate enough to salvage some for the Aoife burner, just a wee bit, mind, from a chunk of Dalamud that came hurtling into the Northern Empty during the calamity. With
Surely
more.
we have more.
Well, that extra 6% efficiency would be child's play. It's a crying shame that we've no other sources.
Surely the many shards of Dalamud scattered throughout Eorzea would suffice. Why not get the refined adamantite from them?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, we tried, believe you me. But only a few specialised pieces would have had any in them to begin with.
It's just too rare, I
Drive
guess.
calls from Ragnarok-class internment hulks. Those are the prize bits we really need.
Drive cores.
According to the Gleaners, getting to them means delving deep into the shards. And the defences are still very operational and very eager to blow them up.
Oh, that's easy, because we're pro.
It's rough going in there, even for the cream. Not sure they'd make it out alive.
Well, we're the creme de la creme. You want me to go and fetch the Watsits?
That may be for the best, though you doubtless find the task too dull for your liking.
There are multiple internment hulks in Eorzea alone, so handling this ourselves may not be the most efficient option. Rather, if we could salvage adamantite from the shards simultaneously... Thancred, is the link shell we established before you went to Garlemald still active?
Of course. The floor is yours.
What's all this?
Gathering firewood, so to speak. We alone can accomplish little, but joined by others, we may yet build a bonfire to carry us heavensward.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is Alphinaud.
That's the wrong
The Scions have
expansion
need
name.
of you.
They keep saying the wrong name.
Understood. I will contact the Lord Commander and dispatch our finest at once.
My sisters are somewhat preoccupied with the final days, so I will lead the 12-foot expedition myself.
Are you aware of any other sources of refined adamantite?
Logically, such an invaluable alloy would have been utilized solely where absolutely necessary, in components intended to conduct or collect surpassing amounts of ether. Any extant instrumentation or devices would have likely found their way into the hands of etherologists or enthusiasts.
Etherologists. So we gotta, like, break into private
Magical
collections?
artifacts of Allegan design? The Eastern Alliance will send word to one and all. Are there other ways we may offer aid?
No shards of the lesser moon scar our soil, but our stake in this cause is no less for it.
Who are you even talking to right now?
Is there anything in Othard that might be of use to you?
What did you say? Oh, you got friends in far places, lad.
Yeah,
Anyway,
have we even been there?
if you're offering, I wouldn't
don't
say
even
no
know
to
where
one of
that
those
is.
Far Eastern sacred
That's
relics.
Stormblood?
Some of them can hold enough ether to summon a whole damn primal. Find a source like that with the ether burner, and 3, 2, 1, kaboom!
Damn, Coco is a genius.
I gather you heard his explosive enthusiasm. Might you secure us a suitable relic?
It shall be done. I know little of machines, but I promise we will do our utmost to gather the materials you need to finish your starship. I am glad for the work, in truth. Better to busy oneself than wait and fret over disasters foretold.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Then why are we all still standing about yapping? There's plunder for the taking. And I'm a born plunderer. I'll be an old Charlian before you know it. Start mixing the grog.
Yeah.
I'm certain that can be arranged. Thank you all, and do be careful.
Just like that.
Did we just solve the problem?
Aye, just like that.
I feel like
Our refined adamantite is on its way.
I feel like we need to do a dungeon or something.
Now let us consider our next steps, shall we? There's yet much to be done.
Alright, I have to go to the bathroom, like right now. It's times like these we're reminded of how famous, or infamous, Alphino has become. Who'd have thought he could achieve so much with a single Link Pearl conversation? As we're expecting rather a lot of visitors in the near future, I'd best return to the surface and inform the relevant parties. I also have a contact of my own that might be worth a try. Oh, and who might that be? That's for me to know and you to find out. And on that note, I leave matters here in your capable hands. Best of luck. Meanwhile, in Ul'dah.
Our course of action is clear. We must harvest refined adamantite from the shards of Dalamud and procure arcane relics of Allagan make. Summon the best and brightest of our immortal flames and form an expeditionary party at once. Call upon the Sultan Sworn and Brass Blades for support as you must. Papashan, send word to the guilds. We will require the expertise of master artisans if we are to have any hope of identifying and recovering these elusive materials. Theurgeist, we have need of your stone torches. They are to assist the immortal flames in scouring the ruins and to help secure the surrounding areas. I trust I can count on your support.
As commander of the Stone Torches, my son Zimberg will personally see it done.
Who, this guy?
Pippin, I would have you lead the raiding party. Assemble your finest, and with Tizona's blade, clear the way. Lord Lolorito, I pray you take charge of the search for Allagan relics. Surely you know of some being traded on open or clandestine markets, or sleeping in collected vaults. Of course, I ask not that you do this out of the kindness of your heart. By all means, profit on the transactions. I wish you the joy of it. The final days descend upon our world. If circumstances are truly as dire as they say, Ul'dah's best efforts may be for naught. And yet, when we Eorzeans rose from the ashes to rebuild our broken realm, did we not learn one simple truth? That which seems all but impossible to overcome alone may yet be possible if we stand together.
Sure.
It was the Scions who united us then, and it is the Scions who call upon us now. Ul'dah will answer that call. We will summon our courage and join the fight for our world's future. You know your duties. I, Nanamo Ul'Namo, 17th in the line of Ul, bid you good luck and Godspeed.
Okay. Are they gonna do one of these for all the nations? Oh my god. Because that one was like, I didn't need to see any of that. That wasn't cool or like inspiring.
We fielded a goodly number, but our ranks are heavy with healers, and an abundance of restorative magics will be of little help in destroying Dalamud's defenses. Still, it has ever been thus with Gridania. We must steel ourselves for a protracted engagement.
Bunch of healers.
In that case, might I suggest taking us along?
Sure.
Commander Hext, what are you doing here?
None of the shards in Girabania are big enough to hold an internment hulk. So we said to ourselves, why not lend our neighbors a hand? We thought you might be short on people with a talent for breaking things.
Yeah, we're here to break shit.
while it pains me to admit it, you are right. Are our deficiencies so plain to see?
It might have been a lifetime ago, but I was once one of the Scions assigned to the Shroud. I know this forest well. I know your people. And I know we will be stronger if we fight this fight together.
Then I will impose upon you with a clear conscience. Come, let us speak of how to integrate our forces.
Okay, that was better than the last scene because we get to see that Lyse is in on the action.
I won't let it all be for nothing. I promise you, Papalimo.
Like, it's just good to know she's not just chilling off in her little Stormblood area, doing Stormblood things. She's helping too. Everyone's helping.
There you are. We've no time to waste, brother. Everyone has already... That was a roar. A dragon's roar.
Yeah. And what? I don't know what that meant. Aren't there always dragons flying around?
And so, in summation, the Eastern Alliance, as well as the Honorable Lord Lolorito himself, reached out to me for assistance in procuring these treasures of the divine, and I, in turn, do beseech the Confederacy for aid.
Gotta get the adamantite.
Hmm? Is that...
Hancock? What a surprise this is. And a fortuitous one at that. I have a favor to ask, you see.
Say what? Okay. What a quest that was. Though our friends are searching for refined adamantite and sacred relics, we will only know if they meet your requirements once they have arrived. In the meantime, is there aught else we might do to be of service? Ha, you've already done more than enough. If I had to say though, I could use someone who knows a thing or two about Allagan technology. You there, the lad with the red eyes and matching hair. You seem to know more than the average scholar. Ha, if only Master Cockle knew how right he was. While he and Graha establish a rapport, why don't we help with the preparations for the Great Exodus? Indeed, this will mean going above and beyond the terms of our arrangement, and I propose this not to curry favor. As confident as I am that we will succeed, we must be ready for every eventuality. This would also be an opportunity to familiarize ourselves with the logistics of traversing the great expanse, and if nothing else, it beats twiddling our thumbs while we wait for the adamantite. Sure, yeah, absolutely. Well, ain't you a bunch of helpful buggers? If you have a mind to lend a hand, I know where you ought to go. Charlene Hamlet is lousy with researchers and scholarly types, busying themselves preparing for the Exodus. Ah, that lot need all the help they can get. Well then, off we go. If we don't find the adamantite, they just really don't see another way to make it more efficient. Speak with Alice. Where's that? I see. Let me grab this ether current. Can I go up here? No. Should probably turn around now. Shit. I guess it's not that hard to figure out. We're in the biodome. Full squad. Waiting for my slow ass. Well, how are they so fast? That's what I want to know. From what I can tell, a lot of the people actually live down here. I don't know how much help we can offer, but I dare say they'll benefit from some of that fresh inspiration Scholar Montecher mentioned. Let's start by asking around, ideally without getting in anyone's way. Let's meet by the Etherite once our work is done. I have to do work. Wow, yeah, a lot of people live down here. You have a quest for attunement, for ether current attunement. Excuse me, sir, I couldn't help but notice that you've a way about you that simply screams, I have an affinity for creatures of the wilds. And since I'm never wrong about such things, might I trouble you? You see, amongst the troops of trolls living in the outer circuit, I came upon one who was sick beyond measure. I took the poor creature in at once, and saw him healed of course, but when I attempted to return him to his wild home, he flew into a panic as if he could not bear the thought of going back. To make matters worse, the troll saw fit to escape into a den of Analas. I would go after him, but I'm so fumble-footed that I'll scare him off, like as not, and be torn limb from limb for my pains by the fiends. So I turn to you. Would you seek out this troll of which I speak? I shall provide you with his favorite food, and with it, you should be able to calm the piteous thing. Hopefully that will be enough to see his senses restored, and for him to come hurrying back. And though I shudder to think of it, if any of those fell Analas seek to impede you or pester that troll, make those beasts regret their interference. Oh, and don't worry, you will be rewarded for your efforts. You got the Etherite, you got the Etherite. Helping with the arc, even with all the power Master Coco's managed to squeeze out of the ether burner, it's still not enough apparently. And now I hear the final days have arrived, horrible creatures running rampant all over. If only we'd begun the exodus sooner. People are dying, and there'll be no end to it if we don't fulfill our duties. But we will. We've spent years preparing for this moment. Believe in the plan, and all will be well. Hello, are you one of the new helpers? Working on the ether burner? Oh dear, I hear things have come to a standstill on that front. Even so, I'd choose that over my current duties. Checking and loading samples day in, day out is tiring, thankless work. Still, no one will be cross if I misplace a few legumes or what have you. The forum's got enough on their plate as it is. What with deciding who gets to board the Ark and when. Lots of powerful people have opinions about that. My heart goes out to Master Foshino and the others. Hardly get a moment's rest, I expect. Do they even have time to sleep? Offering to help? That's very kind, but I should be able to organize the rest of the documents by myself. It's mostly lists of the things we'll need once we arrive on the moon, and then whichever star we choose as our new home. My duties largely concern the maintenance of living conditions, so I'll be a lot busier after we depart. Have they not chosen a star yet? I hear that our lunar collaborators have come down to assist in our efforts. I'm looking forward to finally meeting them in person after having communicated with them in such a limited capacity thus far. To be perfectly honest, I've not even the slightest idea what they look like. I do hope they're not enormous looming giants. Why, I would much prefer something small and fluffy, like that beheaded rabbit that ran by. Oh, you called it, bro. Or, sis. Sibling. Yeah, there's a bunch of lovebirds over here. Fancy meeting you here viewing. Our friends in the forum brought us to see their teeny tiny toy boat, which was quite impressive considering they didn't use any creation magics. What we're really interested in is Aetheris itself, though we now find ourselves in a sort of funny, underground miniaturized version of it. We were hoping the forum would give us a guided tour, but it appears they're rather preoccupied. Honestly, all that time to prepare and they're still not ready. I suppose we'll just have to show ourselves around, or at least that's what we were planning to do until we chanced upon Urianger and your good self. Since you're both dawdling about engaging in idle chit-chat, perhaps you could show us a few points of interest. Wouldn't that be fun? No. Urianger cannot free himself of the Loporits, the Tur of Labyrinthos. An unexpected yet prudent suggestion. Given the similarities betwixt this artificial environment and Bestway's burrow, it would be in our best interest to have the Loporits acquaint themselves with those conditions deemed optimal by their Charlayan collaborators. I fear, however, that continued reliance upon my limited knowledge would risk narrowing rather than broadening their perspectives. Mayhap thou art better suited to lead this venture. What a marvelous idea. Might we begin with that great big what's-it over yonder? Ah yes, the what's-it. I shall leave its explanation to viewing. Shit, and they kept following Urianger. There's an ether current above me where I can't reach. Yeah. Have to get it later. Goodness me, to build something so large without creation magics is positively stupendous. Perhaps you could direct our attention to its most important features? Yes. Notice the features such as metallic tube. Is that water I hear from inside that great big tube? It must be because of those cogs and the gigantic wheel at the top. Oh, I see. That's how they draw up the water. There's probably some sort of spiral-shaped mechanism inside it too. Then we got these tanks. It's a little hard to see from here, but is that a golden pipe connected to the top of those tanks? And I can see through that window another pipe at the bottom. Ah, this must be for purifying water drawn up from below. Well, what else is there? The wheel? The connector? The adventurous ambystoma? It would appear that the concept you observed in another time, another place, was approved for life in the wider world somehow. That's interesting. Alright, what the fuck else? I mean, haha. Little six. Mushroom-like thing, it's right in front of me. That looks like the trees in Greatest Endsvale. Hold on, that's a bit of a strange shape. It's thin at the bottom, but big and round at the top, quite tall for something so unbalanced too. Now it makes sense. That's where they store the water. Well, if I were to hazard a guess, water drawn from underground, presumably with some other mechanism, is purified here and stored in that tower before being distributed elsewhere. I'm right, aren't I? I knew it. A design brilliant in its simplicity. I dare say it would take only a moment to install in even the harshest of environments. For us Loperits, that is. Indeed, securing a reliable source of water is of the utmost importance for any fledgling settlement. We have read, however, that peoples of Etheirys sometimes make their homes in arid deserts and such. How are they able to survive? They're built near an oasis. So wherever you choose to live, you're never far from water. Oh dear, I worry we won't be able to procure the necessary amount. We can provide enough water to keep them from drying out completely, but it would appear they rely on it far more than we'd anticipated. A few adjustments may be in order once you've calculated the average rate of consumption per individual. It may also be worth learning more about how exactly they obtain their water in the first place. Master Alphino spoke of the machinery responsible for that feat during our journey through Logisticon Alpha, did he not? Perhaps the Loperits will share his appreciation for the engineering marvel? Oh yes, that sounds splendid. We must journey beyond the sanctuary of Charlayan Hamlet. I shall lead the way. You mean we'll have to brave the untamed wilderness? A valid concern indeed. We could not help but notice the many dangerous-looking creatures with big, nasty teeth lurking beyond the safe confines of the settlement. Were we not escorted here by burly custodians, I dread to think what would have become of us. Regrettably, to many a hungry predator with the aforementioned big, nasty teeth, Loperits may appear to be a potential and rather appetizing source of sustenance. Might I impose upon thee to assist in securing safe passage to Logisticon Alpha? For my part, I shall act as escort to Living Way and Cooking Way. I entrust Singing Way and Growing Way to thy care. Yeah, one in each arm. A more valiant protector they could not wish for. Godspeed. If it's all the same to you, I'd rather not be eaten by some horrid beastie. Come along, Growing Way, to the water extraction, what's it? How'd they get away from me? Those rascals. I say that fiend had a mind to feast on roasted operate. Thank you so much. I really hope this water extraction once it is worth these harrowing experiences. All part of the fun, some might say, but I'd rather not be burnt to a crisp if it's all the same to you. Respecta. Oh, they're messing with that wayward troll that we heard about. Go, little troll. Have this ripe fruit though, and you'll be happy. Mwah. Oh, see, you're a little cutie. Let the good times troll. I was looking at the water thing, like, really helpful. My friends, I bid you welcome to Logisticon Alpha. Our destination doth lie at the lift's top. Pray, follow me. Marvelous, simply marvelous. So this is where the magic, science rather, takes place. The perfect environment to sustain life artificially created. The knowledge we'll gain here will be essential when we start looking for new stars for your kind to inhabit. Apparently most of them don't even have air for you to breathe. You're all very lucky that Aetheris just so happens to provide everything you need to thrive. Or did mankind turn out the way they are because of the available resources, I wonder? Either way, it's nothing short of miraculous, and I cannot wait to see more of it. This is all very wonderful, I'm sure, but I was rather hoping to learn more about your nourishment provisions facilities. In other words, where is the food? I believe both the knowledge and consumables you seek may be found at Marial Agronomics. As I imagine Seanway and the others intend to study every conceivable facet of this apparatus, wouldst thou be so kind as to escort our visiting culinarian? Yes, that sounds much more interesting. Hopefully I'll be able to see firsthand some of the delicacies Urianger was telling me about. Even his incredibly vivid, if a bit too verbose, descriptions cannot compare to sampling them myself, not to mention that Aetheris will soon be no more, so I must learn all I can while there is still time. Let us brook no further delay. Rook? Little rabbits know more English than I do. There's a lot of people just like hanging out at the water refinery or whatever. If you're new, what do you do here? You're a skyweaver? You weave the sky? Oh, you work on the weather. This facility controls air and the moisture, allowing them to manipulate the weather. Any kind of clouds they want. They gotta maintain that environment that supports the survival and longevity of the specimens and materials located here. And it's a gateway into the central circuit with classified research. Right on, my guy. Gotta keep this shit running even though, like, it's bad right now. Probably have to go and, like, eat soon. It'd be cool if we got to a good stopping place. But even if we don't, we made really good progress. This is the place, yes. The heady aroma was enough to guide me here. And, oh shit, it's Hypno. And I've spotted several of the fruit and vegetables featured in our compendium. I'd dearly love to try some, but I read that those who help themselves to a farmer's crops without permission are often caught and put into pies. Let me see if I can add them if I'm not already friends. I think we're friends. What should I say? I should say, I'm German. You see me streaming? You're making it go. Sigh, what a fine mess this is. Ah, it's you, the one who climbed down the mine shaft. I'd show you around if I could, but I'm rushed off my feet preparing for the exodus. You resubbed! Heck yeah, heck yeah. Are you working on any goals? You just want to do dailies? Catch up on MSQ? Yo, cure. Get your cure for you. Get your cure. See every bubbling. You ran dailies with no. That's epic. That is epic. So good to see every boblin. Holy smokes. Hope everyone's doing good. It comes back so fast. Too fast, too furious. I'm just taking a moment to update my numbers. Actually, yeah, I'm sweating. It's hot. Taking the grapes. Sorry, this is why I don't update numbers on the fly. It's because it's like it takes too long and it's distracting from the stream. But if I don't do it right away, then the numbers get all out of date. No one knows how many tokens they have. I'd show you around if I could. I'm rushed off my feet preparing for the Exodus, and I'm not the only one. We've all got to find ways to do what we do down here up there. First on the moon, then on whatever star the Forum decides will become our new home. It's all so sudden, so unreal. Don't you want to go to the moon? Well, it's better than waiting for the final days to claim us, but no matter how carefully it's all planned, we'll never be able to take every variety of flora and fauna with us. Yeah, that's sad. Even the ones we can take may not survive in their new environment. So many species doomed to extinction. Sorry, that's not what you came to talk about, is it? Nothing quite so dire, I assure you. We merely wish to sample a little of your produce, if we may. By all means, help yourselves. Much appreciated, my good fellow. So, where to begin? No way! Rated by Keeper. Rated by Keeper. Thank you so much for thinking of me. So very kind and sweet of you. Holy moly, Keeper. Thank you so much for thinking of me, following, rating. Hope you had a good stream. How's your journey going? This is my second character. You're doing Rebirth. This is my second character, and I just caught up to where my first one stopped. So this is all new to me. And we're in Endwalker, so it's pretty far. Level 89 stuff going down. Now and then. We check Oh, have you ever heard of the grape cubes? Here's some. They're legendary. Sorry, I don't mean to spoil too much. The grape cube is the only spoiler worth mentioning. Oh, I know what these are. Grapes, yes. Let's see if they're as delicious as they look. Oh, they want to eat the grape cube. So sweet, so sour, the taste is much like a ripe philosopher's carrot, and yet the texture is entirely different. Welcome, raiders from Keeper's Stream. I'm Graham Tams. I play retro games. And I guess Final Fantasy sometimes. And every game. The contrast between the outer skin and the fruit within is most peculiar, though far from unpleasant. Yes, I think I'll try another. Well, that's certainly given me food for thought, though in a far less visceral manner than any philosopher's carrot. But tell me, what is your opinion of grapes? Why would I say ghastly things? I'd rather eat rancid, gigantoed eyeballs. I'd brave an erupting volcano for a choice bunch. Yeah, for the grape cube, I'd do anything. Yes, they are rather Moorish, aren't they? And from what I've read, quite versatile too. Something about people stepping on them to make intoxicating beverages, as I recall. Anyway, that's enough about grapes. Who got these little bunnies drunk? You freeze them? That's next gen. I haven't ever tried that. It sounds very advanced. On to the next treat. Slightly thawed. Just frozen enough to crunch. That's a life hack right there. Orange by name, orange by nature. What came first, the fruit or the color? Who cares? Let's eat. Yes, that's equal parts sweet and sour as with the grapes, yet nothing alike. I may have to consult Urianger about expanding my vocabulary. I simply cannot find the words to describe it. Perhaps what I'm looking for is bitter? This is all very complicated, you know. So many flavors, so many choices, and each individual with their own personal preferences. Now I see why you all turned your noses up at the idea of eating nothing but carrots. Marvelous though they still are in my estimation, let no one say I said otherwise. Jane! But speaking of carrots, I've yet to sample any of the vegetables. Let's see what's in that field over there. I want to play Rebirth, it looks so good. I played the first part of Remake. Yeah, look at me. That color, that texture, are they some sort of enormous round carrots? No, in any case, proper nomenclature is less of a concern than the taste. Black. It's so hard and flavorless, I may as well be chewing a piece of wood. That all but confirms it. These are nothing more than misbegotten failures masquerading as goodly carrots. Stop. Can't you see these are pumpkins? And no one with any sense, the house, would try eating them raw. You're supposed to cook them first. Do you not find it an awful bother? Far from it, cooking is a joy unto itself, and what's more, it broadens the range of ingredients that we may safely eat. But above all else, cooking allows us to draw out the full potential of our produce. Pumpkin stew has been one of my favorite dishes for as long as I can remember. Then perhaps even these hard blocks of plant matter can become as delicious as the orange I sampled. I thought you said it was bitter. I wonder though, if there's anything even more delicious. How about that yellow fruit over yonder? How about we do a dungeon and I can go eat in real life? How about that? What a wondrous fragrance. With luck, it'll have a flavor to match. As I have no idea how these are eaten, I'll just bite into it. No, little rabbit. No! Yeah! My tongue, is this poison? A lemon, you mean it's supposed to taste like this? How can something so similar to an orange be so revolting? Ack. It's time to eat. It may be some time before my palate recovers from this ordeal. As such, I had best call an end to this round of sampling. Let's say our farewells and return to the others. Oh my gosh, y'all. Keeper showed me today the end of the Matrix MMORPG, which I didn't realize that was a thing, really. And the end was crazy. They just killed all the players. Everyone just died, and they their bodies crumpled into origami figures, like their arms and their legs folded inward, like, and they just crumpled to the ground. It was fucked up, and it's canon. It's canon. Finished, have you? I trust you found something to your liking. I'm rather enamored with the grapes and oranges. Yeah, the grapes especially. Less so the pumpkin, though I learned the hard way they're not to be eaten raw. Then there was the lemon, the deceiver. I still feel so violated. Haha, first time was it? I'd hate for you to leave with a bad taste in your mouth, in more ways than one. So I'll give you this lemon muffin I baked. If this doesn't change your opinion, nothing will. Yo, that's such a good idea. More lemon, have I not suffered enough? No, it's just a hint. Nevertheless, it'd be remiss of me to spurn this opportunity to, oof, a bit of sick came up there. Learn more of your inscrutable ways. Very well, lemon muffin, do your worst. No, I bet you're gonna fucking like it a lot. What was that sound? This is delicious. Although I still detect a hint of lemon, it complements the sweetness of the dough to create a perfect harmony. I never would have guessed its vile bitterness could be utilized so elegantly. My good chap, this is simply breathtaking. See, we rarely use lemon in its natural state, but it has a starring role in all sorts of recipes, and the same is true for many other ingredients. It comes down to making the most of the resources at our disposal, and sometimes that can even be the difference between life and death. I know we won't be able to take every species with us. No doubt the Forum agonized over what was worth preserving and what will be consigned to history. Hard choices, but make them we must if we're to survive. Such strength of will. Now I know what Heidelin sees in your kind. Mankind, the Loporits, we were both born from the accumulated knowledge of the ancients. They learned all there is to learn about the nature of sentient life and the fates of the stars themselves. Once a civilization has fulfilled the basic requirements for survival, it will inevitably seek to eliminate all forms of negativity and achieve perfection. And therein lies its folly and its downfall, for perfection is an unattainable ideal. 'Tis the paradox of the immaculate carrot. Yet civilizations since time immemorial have deemed the pursuit of perfection as progress. They pay no heed to the costs incurred in their futile quest, and all too often become the architects of their own demise, their dreams forever unfulfilled. What then is the alternative? The answer lies in knowing that our existence can never be perfect, to be content with what we have and make the most of it. Sick, that sounds sick. When life gives you lemons, make lemon muffins! Pardon my Eorzean, but what in the seven hells are you on about? And who are you anyway? You lemon cat run. Cooking away at your service. I'm here to help prepare for the trip to the moon. Oh shit. And once you get there, you'll be able to try my carrots. I've been growing all different kinds. But don't worry, there'll be room for your crops too. We'll work together to preserve as many of Aetheris' species as possible if you're up to the challenge. Yo, why are we talking? Isn't the world ending? Yes, of course, I look forward to it. Well, this has all been highly productive, probably. Let's go and see if Urianger and the others have run out of machinery to inspect, shall we? Yeah, vegetables are way cooler than machinery, fruits and veggies. You lemon cat run. Let's teleport here. No, let's... I want to grab this ether current. Then we'll teleport. Oh. Actually, I think it's like I have to go up on these bridges. No, I tried that. No, it's this way. No, it's this way. There's another one to the west. I have a feeling that one is down here. But I don't know for sure. Southwest. Let's go down. Look, he's returned. I know they may not look it, but trolls are really quite intelligent. Indeed, they are an intrinsic part of the woodlands of Labyrinthos and keep it healthy and thriving. Though we were responsible to put down the more violent and unruly ones, most trolls such as this one are kind, docile things. In fact, my friend here has a real chance of becoming leader of his tribe, perhaps even guardian of the forest someday. It is we who saw these creatures removed from their natural habitats and relocated them within Labyrinthos. Thus, we have a responsibility to watch over them to ensure they are well, and it would be too cruel to dispose of one simply because they're under the weather. Ah, yes, your reward, here as promised. Now then, it's high time I saw this fellow return to the outer circuit. Farewell, adventurer. Sure. Farewell, adventurer. Whatever that means. More currents. Let me go up, please. Thank you. That was most enlightening, especially the part with the lemon muffin. Actually, I was wondering, do you know of any other places famed for their cuisine? The Far East has oodles of noodles. Would that I had time to visit. The more I learn of Aetheris, the more I wish we could spare it from the final days. Alas, Heideland's orders are to flee, not to resist. If only there was some other way. Viewing, I trust thy time at Marial Agronomics to bear fruit. Our own efforts, too, were rewarded. We now possess an embarrassment of educational riches. No doubt our guests' relentless pursuit of knowledge could occupy them and us for a fortnight. Alas, time is of the essence. Let us return to Charlotte and Hamlet forthwith. I shall gladly attend to each and every loporrit here, there, everywhere, should further questions within my power to answer arise. Aw. I'm not sure why Growing Way said aw. Sigh. What's going on with you? Yes, viewing, that was indeed me verbalizing a sigh to express my emotional state. Do you want to know why? Because I saw the reconstructed environmental data for Aetheris at Logisticon Alpha, that's why. A forest so lovely and so leafy. Are all of your forests like that? Yeah, you should see the forest of the first. One was purple. Gasp, I say. With the star so wonderful, it comes as no surprise that you're reluctant to leave it behind. I was a fool to think otherwise, to assume that the moon was something worth being proud of. Oh, that's sad. How ridiculous we must seem to you, trying so hard, yet achieving so little. No, the moon's sick. The moon's fucking sick. Thy works are no less worthy for their uniqueness. I thought I heard tiny voices. Pancred. How didst thou fare? Oh, I was able to glean a fair bit from the researchers while helping to move their cargo. Preparations had proceeded without interruption here despite news of the coming end. We have the forum's leadership to thank for that. That doesn't mean people aren't worried though, quite the opposite. Knowing disaster could strike at any moment, they hurry to complete their work, equally aware that a single error could be the difference between life and death, and we can hardly tell them there's no cause for concern. Perhaps not, though aided by our goodly Growing Way, we may yet find other ways to lighten their burden. Me? Be of use to people? I'm honored that you would think me capable, but I'm not sure I'm up to the challenge. Nevertheless, I believe in thee. If you say so, I suppose it can't hurt to try. I passed someone moping in the Western Plaza that looked to be in need of a helping paw. Perhaps you might start with him? 'Tis as good a place as any. Come. Little bunnies. Little bunnies. With your adorable features. Little feet. Big ears, little feet. Troubled researcher. I don't care. Still gonna be sad when 4 little bunnies just come up to you and start looking at you? Oh, can I help you? It is you who would help me? Is my anxiety truly so obvious? A burden shared is a burden eased. Pray tell us of thy troubles. Those little fellows do look like good listeners. I'm an engineer, you see, and what they say of the ship, that it's the sum of decades of Charlean ingenuity, that it's built with peerless Allegan technology is all true. But I know that none of that's a guarantee. We've never before launched a star-faring vessel, let alone flown it into the great expanse. All the tests we've run have been on the ground. Only operational personnel and cargo will be aboard for the first voyage. But even so, if it fails us, then what can we do? And if it doesn't, it could fall apart in the next flight, or the one after that. We've done everything we can to prevent that from happening, but it hardly matters. We thought the ether burner's design was flawless too, and look how that turned out. Thou art familiar with these most daunting technologies, and thus dost thou hold the power to allay his fears. Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe you could tell me if there are any aspects of the ship's design that you're especially worried about. Our ability to walk about and perform our tasks, for one. I've devised a means by which to employ gravity, a spatio-temporal spell, to regulate the environment, but what if it's not strong enough? What if everyone floats away and begins crashing into things as soon as we've left the star? Ah, gravitation. Perhaps I can be of help after all. Up there is not so different from down here, you see. The same rules apply, and if you consider them as part of one great big cosmos, rather than separate places, I suspect both parties shall find comfort in this conversation. Yet if Thancred's tale be true, still others would benefit from insights born of experience. Might it prevail upon the Loperids to attend them? An excellent idea, if I do say so myself. There is not we'd like more than to ease the hearts of the fine people of Aetheris and learn more about them while we're at it. Yeah. Full glad am I to hear it. Full glad am I to hear it. Gather thy companions and bring them hither. Viewing, thou hast a gift for finding souls in need of succor. Pray seek thee out the distressed and the apprehensive, and inform them that help is at hand. I shall await them here, and that I might introduce each to a suitable Loperid. I can't read one sentence, right? Oh, I do look forward to that. A place for every Loperid and every Loperid in their place. Got one. Fucking got one. Unconcerned gleaner. Apologies, I'm awaiting delivery. Whatever it is, we'll have to wait. They're too busy to chat? for anyone's benefit. What's up, level-headed engineer? Concerns? Nay, there's no point in worrying at this stage. It'll only make the work go that much slower. Oh, we're looking for troubled souls, not like people who are just chilling and totally cool. There's 8 of them in this area? That's a fucking lot. 56 bunches of weeds in the ground. I'm not neglecting my duties, I swear. I was in need of a little break, you see, but then I found myself unable to relax at all. So I went on a walk, and then I noticed these weeds. Pleasant conversation partners, and oh so fuzzy? Goodness me, that does sound like a much better way to relax. So basically, little bunnies are good. Bunny good. Like we didn't know that already. We don't need a quest to tell us bunny good. I'm supposed to find 7 more troubled souls. This quest is impossible. No one's ever done it. Huge area to search. Too big, too large, too massive. There could be people over here. Are there? Probably not. Yo, calm researcher, you're too calm. Worries, no, I believe I'm fine, thank you. I've been confiding in my colleagues, it's helped a lot. Can't recommend it enough. She has the support she needs? Holy shit. Skeptical researcher. Have you heard anything of what's on the moon? I have no doubt that we can make it up there. But the searching for a new star part of the plan sounds awfully vague to me. I asked the forum, but they will only tell us that our collaborators have everything under control. Forgive me, but I don't feel particularly safe wandering through the sea of stars on gods know what, made by gods know who. And it looks like it's food time. So, you lucky bubs. We're just gonna have to stop there. You mean to say I can speak with them directly? Amazing. I hope they like questions. Oh, I bet they love questions. Let me find somebody nice for us to raid.